Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel and the Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channel. And this is Pro Wrestling Logic, and this is the uh, Impact review for the 3rd of March 2022. Brian Myers defeating Crazy Steve on BTI. Opening videos also recapped Eddie Edwards' explanation for turning on Impact Wrestling and aligning himself with the Honor No More. Furthermore, we have Jay White's explanation of why he and the Bullet Club turned the Guerrillas of Destiny and No Surrender. Steve McLean defeating Eddie Edwards by DQ. Edwards had been accusing McLean, about being not loyal. Edwards and McLean brawl before the match starts, and Edwards runs McLean into McLean during the entrance. McLean then eventually gets the better of Edwards and tosses him out of the ring and starts the match. Back in the ring, McLean maintains the upper hand a little bit, goes for a tope, and after which gets a near fall. Following up trading strike, Edwards drops McLean with a Blue Thunder Bomb for a near fall. Edwards then works over McLean with a bunch of chops, then achieved things being woke up. Edwards then chops on his own. Both men continue with back and forth strikes until McLean hits a backbreaker and a lariat and an Olympic slam. McLean then tries to hit a third tope, but Edwards stopped him. Eddie then ends up distracting himself with the fans and allowing McLean to hit the crosshair spear and a backbreaker on the apron, elbow, but still can't get the pin on Eddie. Suddenly, Edwards gets a kendo stick and uses it on McLean for the DQ. Continues the attack. Bell, Team Impact runs out for the save. Honor No More also comes out, and this just turns into a smuzz. Maria cuts a promo telling Team Impact that they're still all fools for being brainwashed into thinking Honor and Impact mattered. And then she said that Edwards turning on them made them question. Heath and Vincent talked trash to each other and ended up challenging each other to another match. Heath with Team Impact defeats Vincent with Team Honor No More. Match starts slow. Both men really don't do all that much. Heath takes momentum and starts taking his opponent corner to corner. Heath comes back with an atomic drop and a series of strikes. Vincent once again gets the upper hand, and Taven distracts Heath. Vincent then's in control for some minutes, and then side leg sweep and a flatliner. Heath turns things around and then gets a guillotine into a suplex, series of strikes, and clotheslines. Vincent does the red run, but Heath kicks out at 2. Heath then hits the end and a wake-up call for the win. Not really a good match, not a terrible match. It's just there. After the match, both parties brawl until Moose comes out and takes out Taven by accident and tries to take out Heath, and then hits the wake-up call on Moose for the visible pin. Impact flashback moment of the week. Why do we do these? Team 3D beer money back when Impact actually meant something. Masha Slimovic defeats Rysel Rose. Quick win for Slimovic. Wins with a couple of chops. Shining Wizard. Not exactly good quality wrestling here. Hits a deadlift, sit-up powerbomb, and then snowplow for the win. Slimovic is on a roll of 5 straight victories. Backstage, Guerrillas of Destiny cut a promo about not being dead weight, but actual champions and draws. Tama Tonga addressed Jay White, telling him that they'd been Tama who brought White in to begin with, and that was personal. He said White is threatened by him. Violent by Design approached them and tries to get a business arrangement. Young wants a shot at the Good Brothers, and GOD wants Jay White. Eric Young proposed that they work together to take up Bullet Club tonight. Tonga and Loa accepted that proposal. Ace Austin approaches Mike Bailey about their win last week, and once again he tries to get him to join up and go for the gold. Bailey agrees that maybe he and Austin had a better shot than Austin and Fulton ever did. Fulton wasn't happy about that comment. Cassie Lee with Jesse McKay defeats Madison Rain with the influence. This is just completely flat. Rain jumps Lee at the bell and gets early upper hand, and it won't be long before Rain starts making Lee and mocking her, and then Lee opens up, making a comeback. Back in the ring, Rain keeps distracting the referee, so Dashwood could interfere. Lee finally gets some space and then manages to dodge Rain's attacks, getting her own momentum and taking things down. Rain then hits a running kick on the apron. Unfortunately, Rain once again distracts the referee and then allows Dashwood to attack. Lee then manages, when McKay tries to make a save, she ends up in Caleb's arm and then is distracted with things here. We get video package for Jake something. He cuts a promo about not being anyone's underdog, and time begins. He then says sacrifice he will use Trey Miguel's biggest threat and next X Division champion as it goes. Tasha Steelz with Savannah Evans defeats Chelsea Green's Knockouts Championship #1 contendership match. There's a rematch for the couple from a couple of weeks ago. Mickie James joins commentary. Match starts with back and forth. Green takes a quick pin attempt with Steelz focusing more on hurting her. Green finally makes a comeback with some clotheslines and a backstabber for near fall. Green then goes for the I'm prettier. Steelz blocks it. Green insists and pancakes her and goes forward. Steelz then lands the Stratisfaction for near fall. James isn't impressed with this. Evans on the outside of the ring gets attacked. Green from behind the referee's sight, but then James gets involved in that. Tasha Steelz and Mickie James at 2 at Sacrifice. Not a fan of this. Just feels like they're drawing it out. Security backstage asks Matt Cardona if he had a backstage pass, which he didn't. Cardona then tries to show off his win last week on Grace, but no one cared about his opinions. Jonah defeats Johnny Swinger. Swinger is still doing a comedy deal that honestly has very little impact. Swinger challenges Jonah to a rematch. Swinger opens the match, ranking Jonah's eyes, but then, as far as it goes, Jonah then blocks the side leg sweep, hits a senton and a tsunami, getting the win. After the match, Jonah goes for a second one, but it's interrupted by PCO. They go at it with each other, and Jonah sends him out to the floor. And Jonah commands respect and commands the ring as well. Gia Miller interviews Deonna Purrazzo about her upcoming champ challenge match. Sacrifice. Purrazzo runs down names she's defeated, but then is interrupted by Julie Shaw, who says Purrazzo is an easy win against Frost because she took her out. Purrazzo then talked trash to Shaw, but before Shaw could accept the challenge, Lady Frost walked up and told her that she was asking management for the match, and that Shaw and Frost will be on the countdown to Sacrifice. Why this company needs pay-per-views at this point. Heffron and Reinwoldt run down the card for Sacrifice, including the newly added matches OGK versus Rich Swann and Willie Mack. What a waste of OGK in that situation. Swann's not bad, but Mack still, I'm sorry, doesn't belong. And Mickie James versus Tasha Steelz, which could be good, but why they need a rematch, we don't really have a hot issue. Then we go to the Schmaz 8-man, Bullet Club, Jay White, Doc Gallows, Carl Anderson, Chris Bay, defeating Violent by Design, Joe Doring, Diener, Guerrillas of Destiny, Tamatonga, Tangaloa, with Eric Young. Basically, the Guerrillas of Destiny run. Match is officially underway. Guerrillas of Destiny and Brothers pair off in the ring. Loa uses a war on Gallows. Tamatonga and Anderson brawl on the floor, leaving the ring for White and Doring wrestling each other. Speed versus power match ends with Doring pouncing White out of the ring, and then Bay and Diener now take on the fast-paced exchange, and Bay completely dominates Diener for a foot stomp while Diener lays inside a trash can. Bay then tries to dive Doring, but instead gets caught and slammed on the apron. Guerrillas and Brothers brawl up the ramp while White chokes out Doring with a chain, but that isn't enough, and Doring just swings White off into another trash can. Everyone takes turns hitting offense, which doesn't really matter. White comes back, left alone with Doring. Doring and Diener team up on White, but Bay is there to make a quick save. In the ring, Doring gets 2 count on Bay after running crossbody. Doring then gets got a door, but Bay manages to escape and then trick Doring into the shoulder first. into the door. Doring then hits Charon Bay, but White gets him with a half and half and a Blade Runner for the win. Backstage, Gorillas and Good Brothers keep brawling. Bay and White are celebrating in the ring. Backstage, brawl ends with the Good Brothers, and everything being in somewhat control. This is a honestly flat as all get out go home show, and really doesn't show good for the future of the Impact brand, but I know a lot of people like it, so we'll be back with more right after this.